Alright, what's up, guys? It's Micky. So, I had to, really sit down and reflect on my life and, I'm telling stories now. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about shit that's happened in my life. It's funny. What should I start with? And probably one of my favorite stories is the time that I went to Lady Jane's. So for anybody who's not familiar with Lady Jane's, it's the Hooters of Great Clips. It is low quality haircuts and high quality family friendly environment. And so that's the worst part, is that I went with my family. I was, like 14. My brother was like 18, 19. We're running errands with our mom for whatever reason. And, she wanted us to come with. And so she's like running out of shit to do. And she's like, well, hey, so, while we're out, why don't I just get you guys haircuts? We can just, one trip, just done. Because my brother and I looked homeless and she didn't need to associate with that shit. So, we're like, yeah, all right, cool. But, where are we going to go? Because we didn't have a hairdresser at the time. She was like in Florida or some shit. I don't know. So we're gonna go to Lady Jane's just for giggles. It's by my mom's suggestion. So I have to go to Lady Jane's with my mother. And that was worse. So, as soon as you open the doors, it's like a fucking frat house. It is like big screen TVs, lazy boy recliners. You can throw your feet up. There's probably beers that they didn't offer me because I was young for whatever reason. And there's like a foosball table for all 0 people waiting in line to use because nobody was in there. It was like 2:00 on a Wednesday. Nobody there. 0 business. They're probably closed by now. But anyway, my brother gets this nice respectable looking lady who could probably have a job at Great Clips but works at Lady Jane's by preference, I guess. And I did not receive that. I got a lady who was wearing high heels, leggings, and just the brightest yellow fucking tube top I've ever seen in my life, which had to be constantly maintained and checked to maintain the family-friendly environment. So my mom is, the whole time just chilling out in the fucking waiting section area room thing in this throne of a goddamn chair watching sports for what I can only assume is the first time in her life. And I'm immediately just like, well, we came because it was going to be funny anyway. It's fuck it. It's going to be funny. We'll just give it a shot. Just open mind. But this is the first time I've ever been here. And so she doesn't know anything about my life. I don't really care about her life. And so I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. We just have small talk. And at some point, she starts talking about like this vacation she's going to have. And it's to Mexico or some place. There's a plane involved is all I can remember. But like the flight is on Friday the 13th. And so her cousin is talking about just completely bailing on the trip just because, Friday the 13th spooks the shit out of the cousin so bad. And so I'm sitting here like, well, why Friday the 13th's unlucky, right? Because I'm fucking weird. And she's like, no, I mean, I don't really know. I was just like, well, there's a lot of others, a lot of stuff, a lot of stories, horror movies now. But, like back in the day, it had everything to do with the Knights Templar. And she's just like, really? Oh, man, I didn't know it had anything to do with them. So I'm sitting here like, that's a faint glimmer of recognition right there. She actually kind of knows about the Knights Templar. Okay, this might be all right. So I'm like, yeah, well, they established a banking system, got all this treasure, and they basically started just hoarding relics. And so, there's this huge rumor going around that they have the fucking Holy Grail. Like the Holy Grail. And so, King Henry, the whatever the number, he wants the fucking treasure. He wants the Grail. He wants everything. So on Friday the 13th, they round them all up and they kill him. They just try and make him go extinct right there in this pursuit of all this treasure and the Grail and everything. And so we have this in-depth conversation about it. And so she's giving me good feedback. There's questions. She seems to know what the Knights Templar are. And so I'm just like, this is pretty all right. It could have been a lot worse. This is pretty cool. And then like at the very end, you know, like my haircut's basically done at this point, you know. I just get a trim anyway. Like I don't know why it took so fucking long. But you know, like she leans over and I can hear her fiddling with the tube top and you know, she's like right next to my ear. I just hear her kind of whisper and she's just like, "But what's a grail?" And I'm just like, there's just this thing. Something inside me just snapped. It just broke. And I'm sure we tipped her really well anyway, and I'm sure I looked really dumb. But, you know, that's my trip to Lady Jane's. If you guys like Hooters, you'll like Lady Jane's, and you know, give it a shot. You know, it's fun shit, you know. But anyway, Mickey out.